Are fun in the sun and classic style opposing concepts? You'll find that they're not, as we run down ways to integrate classic style into all of your favorite warm weather, casual occasions. In this video, we're going to be highlighting 15 individual outfits that we feel are suited to particular occasions and events. These ensembles are intended to serve as inspiration for your own looks. We certainly don't expect you to copy them exactly, nor can these types of outfits only be worn at the particular type of event that we are identifying. Again, we're just sharing examples. We'll also be mentioning existing content that more fully explains the concepts behind these ensembles. So be sure to peruse those links if you prefer fuller explanations of why we feel these outfits are so well suited to warm weather occasions. In this video, however, we're going with a show don't tell approach. So let's get showing. For our first collection of outfits, let's consider private outdoor events, including eating events like picnics or barbecues, or gatherings with activities like lawn games. For such occasions, you want simple, comfortable outfits that will allow you to have fun, not worry too much about keeping your clothes neat, but still present a nice figure, whether you're hosting or a guest, even if it's just a cookout. You don't want to look like a slob. In our first suggestion, Raphael is wearing a light gray polo shirt with stone chinos and light cognac fisherman sandals. This ensemble emphasizes coolness, which is a necessity when outdoors in the heat. The sleeves are short. Raphael is not wearing any neckwear. His trousers are cut fuller to allow easier air circulation. Keeping air moving freely over your skin is one of the easiest ways to keep cool, as Professor Preston explains in our video, Beating the Heat in Style. While very cooling, most of this outfit is very neutral and unassuming. So the unique sandals are a great way to add personality. I'm just glad that Raphael didn't pair them with the socks. Brother, a trait all too common among our Teutonic friends. Keeping your feet cool is critical to keeping your body cool, as we discuss in our guide to summer shoes. For an outfit that is similarly refreshing, but with a bit more personality, here's Raphael in a dapper yellow polo with light blue denim chinos, a casual jacket, and orange-red boat shoes. Even though nearly all of the elements of this ensemble are casual, the pleasing way that the colors harmonize elevates the entire look without sacrificing its cooling potential. You'll learn how to employ warm and hot weather colors in this content. Short sleeves are fine for tossing the hacky sack or batting a pickleball. But what if you're enjoying hot dogs and hamburgers with some new neighbors and want to make a slightly more formal impression? A collar and long sleeves go a surprisingly long way. Here I'm wearing a gray and white striped shirt with a button-down collar, paired with denim for some stretch and breathability, and brown suede chukka boots. I rolled out my sleeves to keep the air circulating so I won't overheat. With the structured appearance of the collar and longer sleeves, plus the sedate colors of the ensemble, add a slight air of formality that isn't stuffy or uptight, but is perfect for lounging around the fire pit or having drawn-out arguments about whether pork or beef barbecue is best. For casual private social events outdoors, your main concern is keeping cool, but you don't have to sacrifice classic style to do so. Let's stick with the outdoor element, but shift things publicly, such as walking the dog, strolling around your neighborhood, or visiting the park. Once again, you're going to be out in the hot elements, and you may not have convenient access to a patio or a deck with fans. So keeping cool is critical. Also, you're not necessarily planning on meeting anyone, so you can be more casual. But because you're also out in public, you don't know whom you may encounter, so you want to look as well put together as possible. Polo shirts are your friend. They have the same cooling factor as t-shirts, but that simple addition of collars is just so much more presentable. You can find your next perfect polo with our polo shirt guide. I'm wearing one of my favorites, and my next outfit is a cream Ralph Lauren polo that I've paired with dark blue shorts and brown Minnetonka moccasins. Find out if we think they're worth it in this video. The shorts and mocks make it obvious that I'm dressing for comfort, but the upscale effect of the cream and blue pairing, plus the presence of leather shoes and a collared shirt, means that I won't be embarrassed if I run into someone I know. Shorts are criminally underutilized in classic style, but we show you how to integrate them into your wardrobe with our comprehensive guide. If shorts aren't your thing, you can enjoy similar cooling with long trousers. These are generally cut looser, like the Gurkha trousers paired here, with a red polo and oxblood derbies. In addition to their loose drape, Gurkhas are so comfortable because they're made from breathable materials with a more open weave, like cotton. Wearing fabrics proper to warm and hot weather is critical, as Raphael covers in this video. Of course, another benefit of wearing trousers is the ability to add a pair of over-the-calf socks to your ensemble for an additional element of color and style, just like the ones I'm wearing today, which are a blue and red shadow stripe. I'm putting that together with a pair of navy trousers, blue suede boots, a blue-based blazer with different shades of blue, and a light blue dress shirt with a mandarin collar. And of course, finishing off the outfit with a white pocket square from Fort Belvedere. Today I'm also wearing Marzocco from Roberto Ugolini. Now for other Roberto Ugolini fragrances, corduroy trousers, and other classic menswear accessories, check them out at the Fort Belvedere shop here. Now let's cover another secret to keeping cool, keeping the sunlight off your skin. Here Preston is wearing a blue and white sports shirt with beige trousers, suede loafers, and his much-loved hat. That hat is not only keeping the sun out of his eyes, it's preventing its rays from hitting his skin and warming up his face. In our video on summer hats, you'll learn more about the ways that these handy accessories keep you cool. But in general, remember that whenever you're taking the air around your neighborhood, prioritize comfort, but don't forget you are in public. Necessary tasks like running to the grocery store or pharmacy are rarely fun, but when it's also hot outside, they can really feel like a chore. Don't let that be your excuse to looking like a bum when you head to the market though. You never know the impression you might give.
I live in that luxury building right there. Number 1901.
Fraser, please, take this.
I don't need it. I drive a BMW. I collect African art.
In this ensemble, Preston combined most of the points that we've covered, employing a short-sleeved polo and a conservative navy with brown loose-cut trousers and comfortable shoes, with his trusty hat. His colorways say shopping dignity, and his heat-beating techniques avoid shopping sweaty. You'll also notice his glasses, shaded eyeglasses or sunglasses, are an essential accessory that warrant their own explanation for both functionality and fashion appeal. So I'll turn you over to Raphael and our general guide to sunglasses. Our videographer Chris cuts a very similar figure in our next ensemble, but you'll notice he's wearing a long-sleeved polo. You might think that he'd overheat in this garment, but when the fabric is breathable, longer sleeves can actually be better than shorter because, just like a hat, the sleeves can keep the sun's rays off your skin, preventing that transfer of heat. We hope that these examples prove that even when running errands, you can still be functional and refined. Let's turn back to the social from the practical, by considering ensembles to wear when going out to eat in the heat. In these circumstances, you're meeting others. You're going out in public or dining in, so you assume a certain obligation to look nice, even if it is hot outside. For these examples, we're assuming that you're having lunch at a residence or restaurant with no dress code, which you should follow if it exists. Let us know if you'd like a video highlighting warm and hot weather ensembles for each of the major dress codes. For our first look, let's keep it basic. We'll employ breathable fabrics in seasonal light colors. These will maximize airflow. Here, Chris is wearing high-rise chinos with a tasteful yellow polo, horsepit loafers, and a flat cap. All of these elements are relatively casual and very cooling, but because of tasteful details, like the elegant yellow shade of the polo, wearing a collared shirt, having on leather shoes, and sporting a classic cap, Chris looks better dressed for lunch than most people for a formal dinner. For a look with even more personality, let's turn to David. Here he pairs a blue and white striped shirt with white trousers, suede loafers, and a bold safari jacket. This look is distinctive and memorable. Thanks to its neutral palette, it isn't disruptive or distracting. It's also quite cool, but you may be asking, how can that be with a jacket? When you are wearing multiple layers, if all those layers are made from natural, breathable materials, the negative impact that each has on airflow will be minimal. That's one of the reasons why one of our writers, Eb, has no qualms with wearing an undershirt, both in his native Atlanta, Georgia, and when visiting Venice, Italy. Are undershirts a good fit for you? Find out here. The fact of the matter is, just like a collar elevates a shirt, a jacket elevates any ensemble. So for any hot weather lunch where you really want to look your best, we strongly recommend that you consider wearing one. You can always take it off if necessary. Here, Ivan showcases a look that really puts the fresh in al fresco. He has on a light blue shirt, light gray sport coat, white trousers, and horsepit loafers. You'll notice that he isn't wearing a tie to reduce insulating and heat-inducing bulk at his neck, but he does have a pocket square to create comparable visual interest in the area for those occasions when you need to dress to impress with the most formal iterations of casual attire. There's no reason that the heat should stand in your way. To close this video out, let's consider what is likely to be the most formal of casual warm weather occasions. Whether enjoyed in a private abode or a public venue, evening meals are usually the most refined and dignified, so you want to dress the part to impress your hosts or guests, and anyone else who might be present. But of course, you also don't want to be dying of heat exhaustion. First, let's consider a combinational ensemble. Its broken up principal elements typically appear much less formal than a suit, but are still elegant. Here, Preston is wearing a white shirt and trousers, a color choice sure to keep him cool, with a reddish-brown light wool sport coat, suede loafers, and light, bright accessories, including a boutonniere, and pocket square. The diametric color choices of brown and white keep the ensemble simple and grounded, but still sufficiently put together for dinner. You'll notice once again just how casual this ensemble looks without a tie. If you prefer neckwear even with your more casual looks, bow ties are ideal for hot weather, as they can reduce the excess fabric that traps heat. Here Chris maintains the casual cool of a combinational look, contrasting a sport coat with light trousers, with a versatile light blue shirt, with a fun orange tie with red polka dots. While clearly dressed up, the fun and youthful components of this ensemble, expressed by its preppy demeanor, prevents it from being too stuffy or straying outside of business casual. For our last look, let's prove that you can wear a suit as part of a warm weather casual look. Here, Ivan is wearing a brown suit. He also has on dark oxblood loafers, with a simple white shirt and white pocket square, with contrast stitching. While the suit color is typical of a day ensemble, it's dark enough for a casual evening affair. The white shirt and pocket square keep things simple, as do the darker shoes. But the fact that he's in a suit, even one without a tie, indicates an intentionality when dressing, and the desire to make every day a special occasion, typical of someone who always dresses well, a subject that Raphael discusses in this video. With that, we've covered warm weather occasions, from running errands to alfresco dining, and ensembles ranging from shorts and a polo to a suit. As you've seen for yourself, hot weather needn't prevent you from dressing well, even for the most casual events. Let us know in the comments how you dress casually when the thermometer is rising.